It's cooler in here, cleared out, except for the bucket and the flimsy cot. Breakfast, I say, standing at the door. Gretchen Cummings sits up on her cot, drawing her knees to her chest. I can tell by her ashen complexion that she's been up for a while. I close the door behind me, removing the steaming hot orange pizza bag from the duffel and dropping it to the concrete floor. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, I think, as I approach her, pointing a finger warningly. No biting this time. Chapter 1. Lone Wolves. September, 6 months earlier. I'm sitting alone in Greymont Dining Hall. Greymont looks like a cafeteria you might find on the ground floor of a museum. Round wooden tables on parquet floors, paned oval windows, flanked by heavy tan curtains. We're required to be in academic dress for dinner, white-collared shirt, tie, blue jacket, dark slacks. I loosen my tie. It's legit strangling me. Boarding school isn't exactly what I expected. When I learned I'd be leaving my shabby public high school, I got consumed by fantasies about my new life. I imagined myself striding down wide, verdant lawns, my tie flying in the autumnal breeze, chatting feverishly with earnest classmates about 19th century poetry while referring to any authority figure I didn't like as that old windbag. I imagined myself giving a presentation in front of stained glass windows to thunderous applause, and being congratulated later at dizzying parties in elegant common areas, spinning colored lights flashing off domed ceilings with crown moldings as champagne bottles popped. Yeah, not quite. I tapped my fingers on the table, glancing over at Ashton Jar, Toby Darling, and Lily Rankin. They're sitting one table over, and I'm going to tell myself they're unaware of me instead of actively ignoring me. They walked in together after I was already eating. We're 10th graders in the same English class, mechanics of word and identity, a fancy schmancy way of saying we're studying basic grammar and learning to write complete sentences in our own style. Toby and Ashton are also my housemates. For a while, we were a loose, casual friend group, the type that forms the first few weeks of school and then dissipates or culls its members. I've been invited along to watch movies with them or grab coffee in town. We usually sat together for cafeteria meals and we traded numbers. But lately, I've seen them go off and do stuff on their own. They post everything to their Instagram stories, so I'm not really sure where I stand. Last week, Ashton asked if I wanted to crash this upper-class party with them. I was flattered, thinking I've been officially accepted, and spent the whole week trying to hide how excited I really was. Tonight's the night, but no one's texted me or mentioned anything. Part of me wants to go up to them, be direct, ask, "What's up?" Part of me fears the awkwardness of the conversation, but I'm really terrified of the possibility of rejection and the emotional spiraling that could follow. The faculty take turns joining us at dinner. Tonight it's Mr. Dempsey, an English teacher. I watch him making the rounds. Sometimes if a teacher sees you eating alone, they'll come over and talk to you. Suddenly, I would rather experience literally anything other than Mr. Dempsey cracking dad jokes and asking if I'm making friends here while everyone stares. I get up and walk over to Ashton, holding my empty tray. "SZA was paying tribute to Princess Diana," Ashton is saying. "Like Jessie Ware was, with that Warhol Polaroid of Bianca Jagger at Studio 54. "Huh?" says Toby. "And Kendrick with Damn? That was just him, dude." They're always talking about either sports or the history of album covers, encompassing this oddball knowledge of pop culture history, trying to outdo one another. "Physics homework tonight," Lily says to Ashton, tapping his knee. Ashton turns to Lily. "I'll meet you at the library."